All right, so I create a layer. So I'm going to use this as my outline. I'm going to use it as my outline layer. Hold on there. I want my outline layer. I need to change the line weight. I normally use 0.5 for my line weight. So I click on the line weight and I'm going to use 0.5 for my line weight. No, let me use 0.4. I'm also going to create a layer called construction. I'm going to use a different color for my construction layer. I'm going to use green, and the line weight I'll use 0.05. So now, having these layers, I will go ahead and draw the pentagon. Remember, pentagon is a shape bounded by 5 sides. It's a regular pentagon, so all sides are equal. So we are constructing a regular pentagon given the length of one side. It says draw horizontal line AB equal 40 millimeters. So the base right here is 40 millimeter. Using my construction layer, I select line and I make sure my auto mode is off. I select where I want my baseline to start, and the distance is going to be 40. So I type in 40, enter, then escape. So this is my baseline, which is 40. Now what I need to do is to draw a vertical line in the center. Because of the nature of AutoCAD, we can find where the center of this line is, as long as you have the object snap on. So I go ahead and select line. When I bring it closer, I see a green triangle that represents the midpoint of my baseline. I go up with a vertical line at a convenient distance. Then I am going to select arc, the one that says arc center start end. That's the one I'm going to use. I am going to select where my vertical line meet my horizontal line. I use it as my point or the center of my arc. I'm going to extend it out to the end of the line, the baseline right here. And I'm swinging an arc to touch the vertical line. Next, I use the same type of arc. This time, I am going to select where the opposite end of the baseline is. I connect to the other end and I draw an arc that will connect. So this arc will cut right here. Let me draw over this one just to make sure it is correct. So select right here and I go up. Yes. So it's best when you label these. So let me go ahead and label, use text, and I'm going to label this as point. On the drawing, it says A, B. So this is point A. Go ahead and label it as point A. And my A is too big, so I can always reduce the height by going to property, right click, then properties. And then for AutoCAD 2020, you look where text is and then you look for paper text height. And I will use 0.05. That normally work for me. And then you recognize that the letter is small now. So this letter here, for me, it is still too big. So I'm going to use 0.03 and label right here. So I can always move the letter around. And the other end should be B. So I Control C for copy, Control V for paste. And I will let me turn off my grid snap on my grid, and then I'm going to double click and change this to B. So right here, I'm going to label this point where the arc cut the vertical line as point 6. Double click, 6, and this next point, I'm going to label it as point 4. Now, so the line between point 6, between point 4 and point 6, we're going to bisect that line to find the midpoint. To bisect, we're going to use the arc. So we simply click on this arc, the one that says center, start, end. The reason why we use this type of arc is because it works as using a compass. So we click at this point, and imagine open your compass to more than half the length. All right, so let me just check how much was the measurement from point 4 to point 6. All right, that's 14. So I can open my compass to 13 or use radius of my arc to be 13. So I select click right here and I type in 13, enter, and I draw my arc. Using the same radius at point 4 now, I allow my arc to go that direction, type in 13, enter, and then I draw my arc. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Select arc, stretch to this direction, type in 13, enter, draw my arc. I press enter to get back the arc. This time, that direction, 13 for my radius. Oh, sorry. All right, select arc. This time, 13 for my radius. And then I draw my arc. So now I have two arcs intersecting on both sides. What I simply do is select line, connect at the intersection of this arc, and bring the line to the intersection of that arc. And then I right here will be my midpoint, which is point 4, point 5. I simply copy this number and paste it right here, and I'm going to label it as point 5. Change that to 5. Now I have my midpoint. What I'm going to do now is to draw a circle. I click circle, connect where the midpoint is, and the circle should connect to where point A and point B is. So I connect to both point B, point A. We already know that the length of AB is 40. So what we're going to do, we're going to draw some arcs that will cut the circle at the circumference. What we need to extend this vertical line here. So let's just turn on the auto mode to make sure it's a vertical line. Then I select arc, turn off my auto mode, open my arc to this direction, and I use 40 as my radius because it should be the same length as AB. Remember, the regular pentagon has all sides equal. Enter. That's one. Next one. $40. That's it. So now I am going to construct my pentagon using my outline layer. So I use the outline layer, select line, connect from A. I'm going to turn on my line weight so you can see the difference. All right, so I'm waiting. B, then I'm going to connect to where this arc cut the circumference of the circle, then right here, then right here, then right here, then escape. So this is how you construct the pentagon. This is how you construct the pentagon